Borda in front of Thorson. That ball's ahead looking for Brian White. Nerwinski wins the battle, but it's right back to White. The back heel, scorpion goal! Brian White has tied it up. He's got the brace. And the slump is officially over for the Whitecaps striker.
It's incredible how goals start to go in and how lucky that was for Brian White. I don't know how much he knew about it, but it lands on his heel, goes over his head, and rain goes into the goal. And for the second time tonight, Brian White.
Probably unintentional.
It's the header back from Nerwinski.
Oh, no, it was intentional. I thought he was just running and it went off the back of his heel. But no, you can see him. Now, whether he meant to score on it is another thing. But
amazing. Fantastic from him. And because it comes from Toland, even though White technically is in an offside position, or theoretically, it obviously coming off of the intentional.
Play back here by Bravo. Left it short. Gauld with time for White. Timbers have the defended numbers. Armstrong gets it from Vite. Timbers going in and out at sixes and sevens. They can't stop it. Ryan Gauld, golazo! The Timbers getting run out of their park.
There's the initial win, first to the ball that we talked about, getting the first ball, second ball, then they keep it alive, and they're just composed. Inside their own 18-yard box, but what a finish that is for Gauld, second of the night. Just stays calm, sees where Pantomis is, off his line. First touch, excellent. Second touch, back of the net. It was a perfect tech.
Bernadeschi cooks one in and just punched away by Takaoka. All he could really do is Sorio lofts one up. White wins that one. It's over the top. Ryan Gauld away to the races. Will he be caught? Gauld slides one past Johnson. Ryan Gauld puts this one away for the Whitecaps. It's 3-0.
Forward with Ryan Gauld up top and all alone and in behind the Toronto defense. It's a breakaway clearly from the halfway line. He settles his head, takes his time, and just slots home calmly with a left foot, which he's done so often in a Whitecap uniform, and salts this game away. 3-0 Whitecaps with under 10 minutes left to play.
Have added their name to the scoring summary. Yemar, Vargas, giveaway at the top of the area. Atakube swinging it to the penalty spot, and there's the goal! Ryan Gauld, the man who went down to draw the first half red card, has now given Vancouver the lead on the road.
Make the most of it. They try to force the ball out, a quick play. This is the cutback. Fantastic vision there. And it's exactly why you make that switch. You've got a natural left-footed player, now able to put his head up, cut that ball to the penalty spot. And a phenomenal finish for Gauld, who hasn't been all that active or had to do all that much.
Brown with the long throw. Oh, there's the strike, and once again, Gauld! Oh, a tiny finish! Twinkle toes in the box as the ricochet benefits the Whitecaps. And for the first time since April 27th, Vancouver take the lead.
You go straight to Ryan Gauld. It's absolutely amazing what he can do. If it's in possession, he can keep possession. But right now, we're talking about scoring goals. He gets his 6th on the season because look at what he does. He stays way more focused than everybody else, has the composure to dribble past Raposo, end traffic, and then just slots it home. Look at this. The composure is right there, and then slots it home where you're never going to be able to make that save. He points up to the Most High and says, yep, thank you very much.
Ecuadorian international, though not called up for this summer's Copa America. Brown with the ball in, across goal it goes, and it goes in. An immediate response amongst the sea of silence at Gillette Stadium, and unsurprisingly, 5 goals now in 5 games for Ryan Gauld.
Where a space that Vancouver felt they could find some joy, and Javane Brown, who's able to pick up this ball and plays it first time in, and It's a difficult header there from the little Scotsman. Ryan Gauld just is able to get right in front of Harkes, just sneak it into that near post there. It looks like a very difficult angle going away from goal, but he's able to get the right spin off it.
Blackman completes the switch. Quick pass there from Adekubi to Ahmed. Got the next pass through to Ryan Gauld. Pedro Vite in space. Here's the overlapping run from Ryan Raposo, cutting it back, and Brian White has done it. The highest scoring Whitecap ever in Major League Soccer. Brian White at 44 career goals passes Camilo Sanvezo.
Sartini has said about Brian White, the most irreplaceable player on his squad for what he does defensively and leads the line. Has a knack for scoring big goals as well. And this one's so well taken, as the Red Bulls were so quick up to close the ball down. But once that pressure was broken and the ball was played across by Raposo, Brian White just uses the back heel to flick it in beyond Coronel and into the goal to give the Whitecaps the lead.
On the restart, the free kick. Now the ball pushed forward by Ryan Gauld. Pico. Help coming over from Paul Arriola. Dangerous cross, sent in. It's another goal for Vancouver. Back to back very quickly. A dangerous ball is whipped in and finished by the outstanding goal scorer, Brian White.
Well, he looks shell-shocked, the keeper, but what a delivery. Being a striker, but just watch this delivery. He just comes back, just puts it into there. He's already made his run. Right, he's already gone. Defender's got caught ball watching. He comes back on his right foot. He whips it in with pace. White's already made a run. He's already there. Moose was supposed to be picking up. He's a centre forward. He's switched off. The other centre forward, White, puts that into the back of net.
And in the end, a very clever touch by Brian White.
We haven't talked a lot about him, but another strong performance through 75 minutes.
Low driving ball! Brian White! Of course it is! Off the head for Brian White today. One finally makes good, and it's 1-1 at BC Place.
Once again, they've been breached, but it's a superb ball in. And well risen there from Brian White. Far too easy, though, as the substitute Fagundes is trying to mark Brian White, and he's really unchallenged. And when he uses the momentum of the power of the ball that's come in, swerving right to the head, he just has to guide it to the far post where no one is defending.
For Minnesota United, they're still working Teemu Pukki back into full match fitness before he's going to feature for Minnesota. He's missed the last several games. Of course, the sale of Kervin Arriaga, the fabulous Honduran, as that's given away at the back. Chance here for Vancouver, and they're on the board. Just like that, a mistake from Minnesota United, and it is punished. And who else? Brian White. His fourth goal in 2 games. And the Whitecaps draw first blood. The traveling supporters love it. 1-0 to Vanni Sartini's side.
Just doesn't put enough weight on the pass. Simple playing out of the back. You see the switch there, no big deal from Tapias. And then Michael Boxall just a little too lax with the touch.
9 goals and 15 assists for the Scottish international. Approaching the hour mark. Blackman with the long throw into the heart of the area. It's Crooks to win it first. Here is Gauld, lines up the shot, and he finds the back of the net! Ryan Gauld from the bench to the back of the net to give Vancouver a 1-0 lead on the road. You can't write this stuff.
This one comes off the bench. And again, able to take this one down, and just off of the half volley, strikes it well enough to get past a blinded McMath, who doesn't see it until really late, puts it just enough into the corner to get them the 1-0 lead. Fantastic.
Vancouver and their fan base has to be elated.
Here's White. Newly christened all-time record goal scorer in Major League Soccer for Vancouver Whitecaps with 40. Perhaps he'll have an opportunity here with Gauld looking to provide the service. Across towards White it goes! There we have the goal! Right on cue! Well, never before have they had a goal scorer quite as good as him. Brian White scores his 10th goal of the season.
And where else would it come from but Gauld to White? But this ball in is just perfect. You can see the run across, but goes through it with the laces. Gauld just understands exactly where his strike partner is going to be here, has a quick look, but just puts it perfectly. And with the outside of the right foot, it's a fantastic finish from Brian White. The two of these just have an innate understanding of where the next is going to be. It's a striker's run, a strike.
Laborda, oh, that's a teasing ball. Pico is there, saved. Follow-up from Brian White is in. White hot. This kid has been unreal as of late, and it's 2-1 to Vancouver.
But how about the ball from Laborda? Curling over the back line on a dime to Fafa Pico, who gets his first chance saved, but who's there for the rebound? It's Brian White. He sees it go over his head. Maybe Pico calls him off of it. Second chance, third chance. Brian White puts this one away. He's not going to miss it. Roman Berkey makes a near post save.
Segura, who's played a lot recently for LAFC, not even in the squad tonight. Millier fighting for minutes as well. Pico, a little touch, the run from midfield. They have one back. Gauld struck it well into the bottom corner. Late drama at BMO. It may be too late, but Vancouver have a breakthrough.
After a hat trick in the last match, gets one back for Vancouver, and it starts with him orchestrating the attack. Look at the left of your screen, because it's the timing of his run out of midfield into the box, arrives at the perfect time. Good layoff here that puts Ryan Gauld into a fortuitous position. Does so well with the strike. Hugo already sees it late. We got a little action here late on.
It's a few games. It's not that bad, Ben Olsen said, but it's a hamstring, so it's a few games. He said you can't replace him. More on that in a moment, but Pico to Brian White, and Brian White is back, and he has made his presence felt in this game. Great run by Vancouver, ball served in by Pico, and it's 1-1 on the goal by Brian White. An equalizer for Whitecaps FC. Brian White has scored playing as a sub off the bench tonight.
And this is all about the front three on the pitch together. It's Gauld to Pico to White to the back of the net. And it's been coming. There's no question about it. It's been coming. We've said for so long Houston needed that second goal, but they were missing chance after chance after chance. Vancouver have grown and grown and grown. They get the equalizer, and you have to say, over the last 15-20 minutes of play, it's been fully deserved.
Clear well. Ahmed in for Gauld. Gauld playing that one through. White pulls it back. Armstrong in a good position. It's blocked. The rebound smashed home. Gauld with the opening goal. And BC Place erupts. The perfect start for Vanni Sartini's men.
Well, they did get a victory against LAFC, but it's all about the starting positions. Ryan Gauld is so much higher up the pitch, so when the ball turns over, he's in a favorable position, but now it's about getting numbers in the box, winning second ball, being scrappy in the 18. Look how many bodies are inside the 18. Stuart Armstrong gets a shot up here, but because Ryan Gauld is higher up the pitch, he's in a good position. Just an instinctual right-footed strike from just about the penalty spot. 5th goal in this MLS playoff career for him.
Gauld, too much time, too much space. Armstrong. Armstrong, Gauld, it's 5! Putting on a show! Four goals scored by Scots. A hat trick from Ryan Gauld.
The intensity is just not there. They can play at the pace that they want to, the tempo that they want to, time and space. Then you get the runs off the ball. Armstrong just floats that in, perfectly timed, right angle, right pacing. Gauld coming out of the midfield, times his run perfectly as well, but no one steps to Armstrong. So it makes everything so easy in the attack. Gould's been excellent.
His ability to bounce back with his teams, the two Canadian teams, men's and women's squads, not losing 2 in a row to the Men's World Cup, which is quite. And now it's White on the turnover! Squeaks it past Sean Johnson! And inside
Brian White back in the lineup after concussion. Does what he does best. He gets onto the laboring Davy Flores, who takes too long to release the ball. Just speaking about how good Flores has been for TFC this year, but White snuffs it out and then finishes himself as he slots it beyond Sean Johnson into the corner. Good turnover from Brian White. Great finish as well. He'd been looking for that goal.
Berhalter going over the top, hoping to find the captain. Right into the feet of Brian White. White tries the shot, deflects, and it's in behind! One deflection goal deserves another, and the home side is on the board. It's 2-1. The skid is over for Brian White. For this one. But right now, it looks like it might be 2-1.
Well, the ball comes from Sebastian Berhalter, and for his battle luck, as Brian White has had over the last 8 or 9 games, he gets some fortune here with a deflection that sends Lund the wrong way, and the ball just bounces into an empty goal. As White holds up and takes a shot when it sits nicely for him, and the St. Louis defense had bypassed. The goal's going to stand.
Get more time, all of his time off the bench so far, but you would expect as they get into May, June, July, August, where you're playing 8-9 matches a month.
Turnover again, and a chance to double the lead, and they do! It's the second time tonight a turnover has been costly, and this time it's Brian White. 2-0 Vancouver.
But you see him just apply pressure, 2 against 1. He tries to dribble through that, and then he regains his composure and just slots it home. Again, Arriaga just trying to keep the ball. Great little finish, good pressure from Vancouver, and recognition again of a moment where they were vulnerable. And he's got so many options from there. And as his finishing has continued to improve throughout his career, he's not going to miss much from that position.
1 or 2 boos as well. It was a tough start, as I mentioned earlier, to the campaign last season. It was overcome. The ball given away. It's Gauld bearing down on goal and putting this game away. SKC short-circuiting in the defensive third. Tim Leibold gifting Vancouver a goal.
Here you can see the substitute not really looking, trying to get it over to the right center back. But Ryan Gauld says, thank you very much. And he's going straight to goal here. He is never going to miss this. He knows exactly when to take the strike here. And he gets his 7th on the season, 2nd in the game, 4th in 3 games. Man, he's on an absolute heater. And look exactly what he does. He opens up his hips, and you can see the frustration here. It is really brewing in Kansas City.
It is Priso. Gauld. Gauld had a hit. Wow! Well, something out of nothing for Ryan Gauld.
Takes a little bit of bravery, some ingenuity, and how about that technique as well? It goes inside out on Ivicic. It starts going one direction and then...
We've seen that a few times already in this game. If one's going in behind, the other's dropping and vice versa.
Chance in front, it's La Borda! It's 2-0! And talk about beautiful music! Ryan Gauld and now Brian White! The Vancouver Whitecaps look anything but a struggling regular season team.
Immediately after the first one, it's just a big ball over the top. There could be a question here of whether or not it is offside, but they get numbers into a great position. There's the big ball over the top that causes problems. Bravo's caught out, then a little bit of magic to keep that one alive from Laborda, and then easy tap in, unmarked. No one see, everybody's ball watching. White just tucks it in. Excellent ball across, makes it easy for him to finish it.